We are going to talk to your winner, Dave Ohh, in just a second here. But before we do, we want to remind you you're enjoying live sim racing. It's not just super modified sim racing tonight, it's modified and super modified sim racing. And we just got done with our super modified feature and 25 laps. And even though it was a mile track, you got to admit that was some pretty close racing throughout the pack there, especially up front. Carl Becker, and how about the rookie Matt Lukac out of LaPorte, Indiana? A sixth place finish, man. Great run for him. Rick Walls in for seventh. Nelson Rodriguez, eighth. And then Steve Holden in the 76 was ninth. Keyser ends up in 10th. And then I believe it was Bivens and then Warren having trouble out there with the lap car of Bivens. Bivens getting around out there, and that was his undoing. And that's just that's tough luck. That's NASCAR heat races sometimes. We've seen it a lot out there for sure. Let's see if we can get our winner, Dave Ohh, into the broadcast booth as he catches his breath. We'll let him gather his breath a little bit here. Good run for sure for the driver of the TMS Wolfpack. Battled the whole race with about three different drivers out there. Let's see if we can talk to him now. Dave Ohh, welcome to the broadcast booth. Getting to be a familiar place for you. A heck of a run out there tonight in the TMS Wolfpack number 11. Fending off several challenges for the lead. Almost getting caught up in a major accident when leader Rob Warren got wiped out. 25 laps doesn't seem like a lot of laps. I know you like the longer races, but tonight this was a pretty intense race for 25 laps. How do you feel about picking up the win here in New England at New Hampshire?
Well, it's a home track, so it feels good, but definitely not the way I wanted the race to go at all. I know I had some issues early on with Rob getting into him, and that kind of killed my car, and from there on I was limping, so really just got lucky not getting into the lapped cars there, and I just feel bad for Keith and yourself, because I kind of held you guys up and may have caused you guys some damage. Certainly not the way I wanted to win it, but yeah, just kind of happened that way. Just kind of just keep my car low and kind of stay up to speed, but it really just wasn't there. So just gotta apologize to Keith and Bob for a chance at a good race there for them and impeding that finish for sure.
Well, it wasn't much impediment. You were still a fast car. They had to figure out a way around you. Look at lap traffic tonight. Some new guys out there doing a great job. The old guy, Carl Becker, coming home in fifth, last car on the lead lap. But a couple of times, there was some pretty tricky lap traffic out there. When you're at the speeds that you're at here at New Hampshire on the mile and you're maintaining those speeds, how hard is it when you come up on another car that's substantially slower than you are?
Well, all these guys are real respectful, so most of the time it's not really an issue. They'll give you the line, typically the bottom here. So I really don't have to worry about it too much with this group of guys, but there's always a wild card out there, and there's always a little bit of chaos when you get the racing 2x2 coming up on a lapper. So just gotta be smart and work your way through it, and we all know what we're doing here. At least I'd like to think so.
Yeah, after a few years of doing the NASCAR heat and sim racing period, we'd like to think so as well. Well, you've got a modified race coming up next. You're pretty dadgum good in those. What do you feel about your shots of that one picking up the win in the mods? And how much different will it be to go from the super modifieds to the modifieds?
I think a good chance. It's based off our practice times, will be real close. Big difference here, though. Instead of entering the corner at 180 something, we'll be down at probably 150, and you definitely can't charge it nearly as much with those as you can these. So I think it'll take a couple laps to adjust, but it should be a great race here.
Well, looking forward to it. Thanks to the Mod Squad and Heat Finder for doubling up with the Modifieds coming up next. And congratulations on the win, Dave. That was a good race.
Thanks again, Bobby, and thanks for having us Heat Finders Mod Squad guys over to run, as always.
And a heck of a good count out there tonight. Bandit from the Heat Finder guys running in fourth. A good run for him. A good mix of Supers regulars, Heat Finder regulars, TMS regulars. And that's what it's all about, building community here for the NASCAR Heat community. And we're going to keep on building as we get ready to go with time trials for the modified. Stay tuned. We'll be back after the break. You're going to get to see them live on the Supers Broadcasting Network. Congratulations, Dave Ohh, your winner here in the Super Modified portion of the President's Day Special.